Well, this year has certainly been like no other for students and teachers. And in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, we're celebrating our amazing teachers and all of those who impact the lives of children every day.
Joining us now to recognize special needs teachers in our community is Gary Hunt from High Road Schools of Connecticut. Gary, thank you so much for being with us, and congratulations on making it through the year.
Thank you, and thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
You know, you serve a special community. Tell us a little bit about the kids that you're educating, because you've learned that not all kids thrive in a traditional school setting.
That's right, yeah. So we service students all over Connecticut. We have 10 programs, grades 1 through 12, up to age 22. And yeah, our schools are for students that just need more than what the traditional classroom offers them. So for instance, we have students that just need additional behavior supports. We have students that just need, a smaller class size.
What are some of the challenges that these children are facing, Gary?
Yeah, so again, they need something different. They need more support. So some of our students have internalizing behaviors. That means they have anxiety about school. They may shut down in school at times. Or externalizing behaviors, right? So some of our students just have a lot of energy, and they really need an outlet for their frustrations or their energy at times. And we hope that we can offer that to them.
You know, what do you do that's different? Like, I'm thinking of that type of child who has a lot of energy and maybe they're not behaving at school, and at a regular school they'd be getting in trouble all the time. What do you do to help them thrive at your school?
So I think it's about looking individually at every kid. And I think that sometimes that's what we often don't always do with some of our special education students. We really need to keep their personality and their needs in mind when we're programming for them. And I think our teachers have done such an amazing job doing that throughout the years, but especially over the past 2 school years, really looking at individual needs.
The student-to-teacher ratio has to be much, much smaller than it is in a traditional school. Is that right, Gary?
For sure, yeah. The maximum we have in our classrooms is 10, but oftentimes you see classrooms with, 7 students in it, and every classroom has a teacher and a paraprofessional working as well. So, 1 to 5 at the max.
Yeah, that's really great. The attention to detail is just terrific.
And for some, it might have been a wake-up call this year. It was a lot of upheaval, but it might have just been that moment of like, this isn't going to work for my child, this school system we're in right now. How do people become involved in your school system?
Yeah, so it's usually through districts, right? So usually parents would talk to the districts and say, this is something that I want to talk about because I'm not sure that what's happening here is working for me. They can also reach out to us as well, and we can help them with the process too. There's lots of avenues there. It's really about, looking at your student and seeing what is going to work for them.
And graduation is going to be coming up soon. Tell us how you're preparing the students for life after school.
Yeah, so all of our schools have transition programs, right? And that is just to provide students with career readiness, job opportunities, all that stuff that is required nowadays. During a normal year, we'd be doing a lot of community experience. We'd be getting our kids out there. That's not always been possible now. So again, our wonderful teachers have found ways to provide the same experiences in a virtual setting. So we did a virtual job fair, which was amazing. We had a bunch of community members come out and talk to the kids about jobs that the kids were interested in and things that they wanted to do. Really, really fun experience for, I think, the community members and for the kids as well.
And you go for 10 months, right? So your school year is a little longer. Plus, you've got some summer supports at High Road School.
That's right, yeah. So 10-month program, like a regular school year. And then we also provide ESY, so extended school year, during the summer. And the point of the ESY, is to make sure that regression doesn't happen, right? So our students, when they leave in June and they come back in the fall, that they're not leaving some gaps there. And that's especially vital right now with what's going on. That loss of learning is something that I think everyone has experienced. And that's something that can combat that really, really well.
You must be very proud when a student comes back, or you go out into the community and see the student thriving at a job or whatever it is they choose to do. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? I think that our students especially, they're provided so many barriers sometimes, and they have so many obstacles in their way to be successful. But we always find a way to help every student be successful in some way. And that's right down to our teachers. Our teachers come in every day finding a way to make it work. It's amazing some of the things that they've done. I mean, one of the examples that I always cite for people is when we had a teacher that decided to take her lawn chair and go out to a student's house because she just needed to have this student get the technology ready. So she sat in the front lawn with her lawn chair, installed the software for this kid because she was just so determined that this kid was going to get what he needed during that time.
That is wonderful.
But yeah, I mean, the success that they experience and when they come back, it's wonderful. It really is.
Well, you know, it's wonderful to let parents know that if they're struggling right now and they're thinking their kid can do so much more, they just need someone to help support their kid, that there are these options out there.
Yeah, and we're here for the parents, even if it isn't that our school is the right setting, right? I mean, if it's just that they want to talk to us about some strategies that can go on in the traditional classroom as well, we're here for that as well. You know, we're here for the community to make sure that these students get what they need now and in the future as well.
And in our last 30 seconds, it's High Road Schools. You're in several different neighborhoods throughout the state of Connecticut, which is just awesome.
That's right. Yeah. 10 programs all over the state. We basically service every district. It might be a little bit further from some districts rather than others, but we're basically in every district all over the state. That's right.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much. And so for more information, if you're thinking this is something that you have some questions, you can visit sesischools.com. And there's, as you said, Scott, lots of locations out there. We're going to have the link on betterct.com. Also, maybe you want to follow them on Facebook and take a look at their specialized education services. Everything is on the screen for you. Gary, thank you so much.
Gary, thank you so much for being with us.